Welcome back, radiant soul of Leo. If these words have reached you on this very day, May 15th, 2025, trust that it is no accident. I'm Luna, and I've felt a quiet stirring in the cosmos calling me to speak directly to your heart. There is something unfolding for you now, something bigger than logic and louder than doubt, even if it doesn't feel that way just yet. I know you've been feeling the weight of uncertainty, as if you're standing on the edge of something you can't quite name. That strange blend of anticipation and hesitation. That's not failure, beloved. It's the signature of transformation. You are being ushered into a new frequency, a higher chapter, and with it comes a sense of discomfort. Not because you are lost, but because you're growing. This moment is not about being sure of every step, but about trusting the path beneath your feet, even when it trembles. I see you questioning your place in this next chapter, wondering if you're truly ready or worthy. But the truth is, you would not be here if you weren't meant to rise. So before we move into your cards and cosmic messages, let me remind you, this is your time to come back home to yourself, to nourish your body, tend to your heart, and honor your spirit, to raise your vibration not by force, but by kindness, to speak to yourself like someone you love. You don't need to chase anything, Leo. You need only to align, and what's meant for you will begin to arrive in waves. Let's take this journey together. Today's reading holds a miracle, but not the kind you expect. It begins with you, and it begins now. Let's step deeper now into the sacred rhythms of May 15th, where the stars themselves whisper truths that even the cards cannot always capture. Today, the skies are shifting in ways that tug directly on your heartstrings, Leo. Venus may be stirring soft echoes from the past, inviting emotional confessions or messages that seem to appear out of nowhere, like a memory you've tried to bury finding its way back in a gentle, unexpected wave. This is not a coincidence. It's the universe opening a door for intimacy, for truth, for a deeper connection, either with someone significant or with a long silenced part of yourself. Allow yourself to receive, not just to give. There is beauty in letting someone truly see you. Yet I won't pretend the day is light and easy. There is tension in the air, a sense that you are caught between where you've been and where you long to go. Saturn's quiet pressure may have you second-guessing your abilities, magnifying the feeling of being stuck or unsure. But hear me, these blocks are not walls, they are mirrors. They show you where your own limits have been drawn in chalk, not stone. Shift your gaze. The freedom you crave is already within you. It's your perception that needs to stretch. There's also a seed being planted today, something small but rooted in tangible promise. Whether it's a new project, a conversation about money, or a fresh way of approaching your purpose, the universe is handing you tools. They may not look like much right now, but if nurtured, they could transform your reality. Stay grounded. Be patient. Long-term abundance is not built in haste. Still, I must speak honestly. There is a truth you've been avoiding. A change that keeps knocking, one you've delayed out of fear or exhaustion. But today, Pluto and Mars may stir the very ground beneath what you thought was stable. It doesn't mean collapse. It means breakthrough. Something old must be cleared to make space for what's next. Don't fear the crumble. The universe never removes without offering something wiser in return. Emotionally, you may feel tender. A wound you thought was healed might ache again. That's okay. Healing isn't linear. Today, if grief visits, welcome it, like an old friend. Not to stay, but to remind you of what mattered. Let it teach you, not define you. The heart breaks open, only to become more whole. And through all of it, Leo, your anchor is emotional wisdom. The stars are calling you to lead with grace, not through force, but through calm. Emotional balance will be your greatest strength today. You don't need to react to every ripple. You simply need to respond with presence. Be the eye in the storm, the warmth in the chaos. This is a day of layered energies, delicate, intense, expansive, and through it all, you are learning to stand taller in your truth. Let the skies guide you inward. The next chapter isn't found out there. It's already awakening within you. Let's turn now to the realm of money and luck. Not just the numbers or fleeting windfalls, but the deeper energetic patterns shaping your abundance. Leo. On this May 15th, I feel a gentle yet undeniable ripple in your financial energy. It's not the surge of a sudden jackpot, it's subtler than that, but make no mistake, it holds power. You may be offered a small opportunity today, an idea, a project, a connection, or even an unexpected message that plants a seed. And though it might not scream success at first glance, trust me, this seed carries long-term growth if nurtured with care. What I see is not about rushing or chasing. This is the kind of financial path that asks for presence, not urgency. The stars are not aligning for impulsive leaps or risky ventures. They are asking you to slow down and examine the soil before you plant. Is this the kind of investment of time, energy, or money that aligns with who you're becoming? If yes, take one step, not 10, just one. And then another. Fortune today favors the steady-hearted. I want you to know that luck is around you, but not in the dramatic ways we often wish for. Instead, it shows up through your consistency, your preparation, your ability to say not yet when the world tempts you with shortcuts. What looks like delay is actually divine timing unfolding in perfect rhythm. The universe is teaching you how to sustain abundance, not just stumble into it. If you're feeling pressure to fix things quickly, to make a bold move or catch up to some imagined timeline, pause. Breathe. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be, and your financial expansion is unfolding in a way that honors your integrity. This isn't about appearances. It's about alignment. So today, I invite you to approach your money with love, not fear. Check in with your budget, your resources, and your longings, not to control them, but to understand them. Where are you leaking energy? Where are you planting seeds without watering them? Awareness is your wealth today. From that awareness, real change begins. And as for luck, the kind you can't predict or plan, it's watching you. It's moving quietly behind the scenes. And when it arrives, it won't feel like magic. It will feel like confirmation that every small act of faith you took along the way was worth it. Stay the course, Leo. You're building something real, and I'm right here with you as it unfolds. Now, let us move into the sacred terrain of your work, the space where your gifts are shared, your energy is spent, and your purpose seeks form in the material world. Leo, on this May 15th, I feel a shift surrounding your career. It's subtle yet significant. There is an opening forming, not a grand promotion falling into your lap, but a call to step up in a way you may not have expected. Today's transits are quietly inviting you to take on more, not more burden, but more ownership. You may be asked to lead a conversation, manage a new task, or bring your insight into a situation that feels uncertain to others. If that moment comes, I want you to hear me clearly. This is not the universe testing you. This is the universe trusting you. And yet, I know what you might be feeling inside. A part of you may hesitate, questioning whether you're truly equipped for what's being asked. You may even feel boxed in, like your creative fire is being dimmed by structures, people, or routines that no longer inspire you. That feeling of internal confinement, it's not a sign that you're failing. It's a sign that your spirit is evolving and your vision is no longer satisfied by the same old roles. What needs to change is not necessarily your job title, but your relationship to it. The limitation is not always external. Often, It's an inner lens, the story we tell ourselves about what we're capable of, what's allowed, what's safe. Today, I urge you to rewrite that story. Look again. What if the very place where you feel stuck is actually the place where you're being refined? What if the pressure is shaping you into something stronger, wiser, more aligned? This is a beautiful day to gently challenge the script you've been handed. Is there a conversation you've been postponing with a colleague or supervisor? An idea you've held back because you feared it would be too bold? A skill you've quietly longed to develop but haven't made time for? Take a step, one small, courageous step toward growth. It may begin in silence, but the ripple it creates could shift everything. And if today feels ordinary, if your inbox is full and the hours pass slowly, know this: even in the mundane, the divine is working. You are not meant to escape your work. You are meant to infuse it with your presence, and to let your inner light make it meaningful. This moment is not the peak, it's the preparation. So embrace the responsibilities that come. Meet them not with obligation, but with the knowing that each one is a doorway to your greater becoming. Your work is not just what you do, Leo. It is how you shine in a world that needs your warmth. And I promise, if you trust yourself, even when you're unsure, the path ahead will reveal more than you imagined. Let us now open the heart space. Leo, the place where love lives, where wounds echo, and where your deepest desires for connection are held tenderly in the hands of the stars. Today, May 15th, I sense powerful emotional currents moving through your love life. Whether you're in a relationship, healing from one, or standing alone with an open heart, the energy is unmistakable. Something or someone is stirring. It may be the return of a familiar soul, someone from your past who once touched you deeply, or it may be the arrival of a new presence, one who carries emotional maturity, steadiness, and the kind of depth you've longed for. Either way, the pull is real. The universe is weaving threads of reconnection and possibility, and your heart can feel it before your mind makes sense of it. But here's what I must tell you, truthfully and gently. No matter how magnetic the connection, healing must come first. Old wounds, even those you've tucked away behind strength and smiles, may surface again today. Not to punish you, not to set you back, but to remind you that the heart is a living thing and it cannot fully receive what is new until it's released what no longer serves. You may find memories surfacing, moments where you felt unseen, unheard, or unchosen. You may sense emotional residue lingering from words never spoken or love that was not returned the way you hoped. These feelings are valid. They are sacred. And they deserve your presence, not your avoidance. Give yourself permission to feel them. Sit with them, even if only for a moment, because the love you are calling in, or calling back, will only thrive when it's rooted in wholeness, not in longing to be completed. And if someone reaches out to you today, a message, a confession, or a quiet re-entry into your orbit, breathe before you respond. Ask your heart, not your ache. Are they meeting you where you are now? Or are they pulling you back into a version of yourself you've already outgrown? On the other hand, if someone new appears in your life, they may carry a depth and emotional wisdom that feels almost too good to be true. Trust the feeling, but also take your time. Let them show you who they are through presence, consistency, and care. Let love be a slow unfolding, not a sudden fix. You deserve love that doesn't need to be chased, fixed, or earned, only received. Leo, your heart is not a battlefield, it is a temple, and today the cosmos asks you to tend to it with reverence. Whether love returns or begins anew, let it enter a space that is already whole, a space where you know who you are, what you need, and what you will never settle for again. This is not just a chapter of romance. It is a chapter of reclamation. Reclaim your softness, reclaim your standards, and above all, reclaim the truth that you are worthy of a love that stays, that grows, and that honors all that you are. Now, beloved Leo, let us turn gently toward your inner sanctuary, the quiet space of your emotional and physical well-being, and the sacred bonds you hold with those you call family. Today, May 15th, the energy surrounding your health is asking not for more discipline or routines, but for deeper presence. I feel the echoes of unspoken emotions, the kind you've tucked away in corners of your heart just to keep going, just to keep strong. But those emotions, as soft and hidden as they may be, are speaking now through the body. Perhaps you felt more tired than usual, restless. Maybe your sleep has been lighter, or your appetite has shifted. This is not a coincidence. Your nervous system remembers what the mind tries to forget. And today, your body is asking for one thing: healing, not from effort, but from compassion. The stars whisper that it is time to tend to the wounds you've carried in silence. Emotional pain does not disappear by being ignored. It transforms only when it is seen. So give yourself space to cry if you need to pause, to breathe, to journal, to walk, to hold your own hand and say, "I'm listening now." You are not fragile, you are human, and your healing begins the moment you honor the tenderness within you without judgment. And now, let us open the door to your family and chosen tribe, those whose presence shapes your emotional landscape, whether gently or chaotically. Today holds a soft invitation to bring light into the darker corners of your relationships. There may be an old tension lingering, a conversation that was never finished, a misunderstanding left unresolved, or simply the feeling of emotional distance that's been growing unspoken between you and someone you care for. But here's the gift of today's alignment. Healing doesn't have to come through confrontation. It can arrive through quiet truth, through listening, through choosing vulnerability over silence. If you feel moved to reach out to a parent, a sibling, a dear friend, even just to say, "I've been thinking about you," trust that impulse. It may open a door that has been waiting to be opened for a long time. And if the pain is deeper, if your heart carries grief or betrayal tied to family, let today be a beginning, not to fix everything, but to stop pretending it didn't hurt. Speak to your ancestors, speak to your inner child, speak to the part of you that still longs for safety and connection. Healing begins there. Leo, you were never meant to carry everything alone. Let love be a medicine. Let presence be a balm. And let this day be one where you soften, not because you're weak, but because you're finally safe enough to feel again. I am walking beside you in this healing. You don't have to rush it. Just begin with one breath, one word, one truth at a time. And now, as we gently close the circle of today's message, I want to leave you with this, Leo. May 15th is not a day of loud declarations or dramatic leaps. It is a sacred unfolding, a quiet return to your center. You are not being asked to rush, to prove, or to become something new. You are being asked to remember the strength that lives beneath your doubts, the light that never dims, even when your path feels unclear, the worth that does not change, even when the world is silent. The universe is not withholding from you. It is preparing you, preparing your heart for deeper love, your hands for greater purpose, your spirit for truer freedom. And all it asks in return is that you show up, not perfectly, but honestly, that you let go of what is too heavy and choose what brings you peace, that you trust that everything unfolding now, even the hard, even the confusing, is shaping you into exactly who you were always meant to become. So take this message with you into your day like a quiet flame, steady, glowing, undeniable. You don't have to chase the miracle. You are the miracle. And when you believe that, life begins to meet you in extraordinary ways.